Hello, my name is Tam, and I would like to bring to your attention the issue of teachers striking and the Australian Education Union's role in the situation, along with the AEU government. During my presentation, you will hear some opinions from everyday people, strong hard facts, and expert opinions on the matter. I, as many of you may have, got somewhat irritated by the fact that the teachers stopped working 3 days in 8 months to strike to get a better payment, because this is what they were promised by Ted Baillieu and his government during an election campaign held in 2010. Ted Baillieu promised teachers he would improve their pay and their working conditions if he was elected in the November 2010 election. Being a politician, most people shouldn't have believed him and everything he said in his election campaign, because as we know, politicians lie to get to their positions. They put false ideas in people's heads and make them believe that they are different to other politicians in power or other politicians running. And people believe what they want to believe. So this is somewhat the teacher's fault to start off with. If they hadn't have voted for him and fallen for his lies, they wouldn't be in this predicament. Although knowing politicians, someone else would have come along and made the same false promise. He promised that Victorian teachers would become the highest paid teachers in the country. There have been debates, and he agreed that he would increase their pay by 2.5% over 3 years, which is not too bad of a deal, especially if the funds in our education bank aren't exactly high enough to live up to the teachers' requested increase of 12%. On the same note, the Australian Education Union, combined with the teachers, need to think of a better way to go about this. Instead of disadvantaging the students, we didn't even get a fully completed interim report because teachers were told not to fill them out. Being in Year 12 and the most important year of my schooling, I really feel angered and disadvantaged that the Australian Education Union is taking from us the most valuable days of our year. It is not fair on us students, and I would like to know where I'm standing at this point in time, and I don't want to have to jump through hoops trying to get teachers to tell me that, as my homework load is much too hard to worry about my teacher's salary. Teachers need to tell the Australian Education Union to think of other ways to get the government's attention, because when it comes down to it, the government don't need to get good scores at school. They have been there and done that, and let's be honest, they had it a lot easier than we do. It is us, the students, who miss out, and in the long run, all of the striking and debating and arguing affects us, the students. We are the ones who have missed out on 3 valuable school days in 8 months, probably with more to come, simply because people believed a politician. How are we supposed to learn things off these people if they believe everything a politician promises? We can't pay these teachers, so why are we getting punished? For them to be striking to get better pay? Well, they're taking a day off, which means they don't get paid for that day, which means they lose money. So if you think about it, a teacher's average pay rate is about $1,827 a week, and coming from a teenage point of view, that's a lot of money. If you then take out those 3 days, it goes down to $1,172, which is a loss of $665. So in just those 3 days, they lose money. Why would they bother? Public opinions expert Peter Stokes stated that if it is not for the money, like the teachers are claiming, then what is it for? Why, if they don't like the money, do they take the job on? Why do the university course if you don't like it? Or if you're not happy with the job, quit and get another one. Do something that makes you happy. Teachers shouldn't need to be bribed with better pay to turn up to school every day, and the conditions they suffer in. What about lunch times when our students are outside in 40-degree heat during summer and they're inside with their air conditioners? Or in winter when we're outside in the pouring, freezing rain and they're inside their offices with heaters? And the staff room offers free either hot meals or salads or something sweet like that. I wish I got paid to go to school and put up with some of the teachers and the rules and the bogusness that I have to. They chose the profession. If they aren't happy there, enjoying themselves like you should when you get the career of your dreams, what are you all doing here? Go do something else. Something that makes you happy and actually want to be there and not just for the money. A student in my English class, when asked about the issue, said, "I don't mind the whole day off side of things, but when it comes to not having comments on reports, that annoys me because that's what employers look at. They don't care what score we got in our SACs." And to the Australian Education Union, focus on the things that actually matter. For instance, what if one of your members is being bullied and you're all too busy with these pathetic strike days to care? Also, you need to find another outlet for your debate, because punishing us students doesn't affect you in the slightest, because you have done your school. We haven't. We need our chance. As a student, I want the best possible chance I can at getting the best damn scores I can, and if you take my teachers away, how am I going to achieve that? What if it was your daughter wanting to do her Bachelor of Arts in Forensic Psychology and her teachers were walking around the city yelling, screaming and throwing a tantrum because they weren't getting paid high enough, and then your daughter doesn't get her desired ATAR because she didn't have her teachers there? Think about it. Maybe Baillieu was going to uphold his promise, then when he got elected, he looked at the funds and just couldn't give the teachers what they wanted. He did compromise. The 2.5% over 3 years isn't much, but it's a compromise. and he could also just bring them up maybe to where other teachers around Australia are. It wasn't the initial promise, but it's better than nothing. And, as Jessie J sings, it's not about the money.